All right, well, welcome everyone to our January team meeting, our first team meeting of 2017. So we are excited to have you all here and embark on 2017 with everyone. 2016 was very, very fabulous, and I can't wait to rock 2017 even more. So welcome everyone. So I wanted to start out with anyone that has never been on a Zoom or that has never, or that just joined Paper Chat maybe in the last couple weeks that has never gotten a chance to introduce themselves. So maybe if you are new, just unmute yourself on the bottom left, just share your name, share who recruited you, and share why you joined Paper Chat. Who is new and wants to go? I think Troy's ready.
Troy's making everybody else be ready, whether they're ready or not. This is
Hi,
Susan.
how are you? I'm Susan Wilms, and I'm hoping to not get too frazzled with all of this.
Hey, Susan, welcome. We're excited to have you. Who else you got there, Troy?
Hi,
I'm here, Shireen Langer. Oops, here I am.
Hi, Shireen.
Hi, everybody. I'm hoping not to be too frazzled also, but I'm hoping to make a lot of money in addition to my fixed income.
All right.
So that's why I'm embarking on this adventure.
Okay, well, you just listen to what Troy's got to tell you and you'll get some more money.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a good deal, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Anyone else that's on the Zoom that was never on one before, is a new consultant that just joined? No? Okay. All right. So what I wanted to go over first is our team recognition as usual. So we're going to do some recognition, and our training today is going to be mostly on goal settings, setting goals for 2017 and following through, right? And knowing how to set goals and how to break them down. So, and Troy is going to enter everyone that stays on until the end into a raffle. So we'll give away our 2 prizes at the end as well. So we'll start with our team recognition. So December, for being a short month, was very, very fabulous. So I hope you all earn lots of free spring products. So as an organization, we sold $87,653 in Pampered Chef. So yay. And we also added 19 new team members to our organization. So congratulations to all of you. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, because we just closed out on 2016, I'll post the numbers as well, but just so you guys know where you stand as an organization with Pampered Chef. All together, are you ready for this? This is kind of crazy. All together, the Bazaar Bullet Train organization for the year of 2016 sold $773,000 in Pampered Chef. Holy moly, that is a lot of spatulas.
That is $750,000.
Yeah, $750,000 out of my little townhome here. It's pretty fabulous and pretty exciting. So that's all of you. And all together, we hit our goal that we had to up because we were we were achieving it very easily. So we upped it to 200, and we reached our goal by 203 new team members for the year of 2016. So congratulations to all of you. That is very, very fabulous. And we're definitely one of the fastest growing team at the Pampered Chef. So you guys should be very proud that you are part of our train. And just so you know, that basically boils down to a 130% increase over 2015 for us. So it's a very, very big increase, and any one of you can have an increase of that percentage or more for 2017, right?
What was the percentage again? Can you say that percentage of the increase?
133 over the prior year. So very, very crazy. So what I wanted to start out with, whether you're doing, and I just want to kind of hear what you guys are doing, whether you're doing cooking shows in January or you're doing virtual parties, what is your focus going to be? Like if you're doing cooking shows, what recipes are you going to cook for January? What's hot? If you're doing virtual parties, what posts, what recipe posts are you sharing in there to tie people into what January is all about? Anyone want to share? What are you guys doing out there?
I don't mind sharing.
Okay.
So I am offering for cooking shows, I'm offering Healthy in a Hurry. And my favorite Healthy in a Hurry, and guys, we really could, if we wanted to, like chicken fajitas could be considered healthy in a hurry because it's a whole foods recipe, right? But what I'm offering is, and I don't know if anyone on our team is doing freezer meal workshops, but from the B9 menu, the lemon herb chicken I offer as a Healthy in a Hurry show, and I do, it's like lemon, onion, it's onions, lemon, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a tablespoon of the herbs de Provence, and then it's microwaved and that's it. But what I do for the Healthy in a Hurry is I'll add either spiralized zucchini or cut cabbage, and then it becomes a one pot meal. And then for people that are okay with potatoes, I might chop up into small pieces so that they cook quickly. So like a few finger potatoes kind of thing. And then that probably goes in for about 20 minutes. And even on my virtual parties, I'm doing more posts that have things like the infusion water bottle and the make and take salad thing. And I have one that I found that kind of opens up that conversation. And it's like a meme that says, I thought clean eating was mopping the floor while eating a cupcake. And so I use that as an opening into, that clean eating is a real buzzword. What does it mean to you? So those are the things I'm doing in my virtual parties. And that's the recipe I'm using for January for Healthy in a Hurry.
Awesome. So because the number one New Year's resolution, right, is to lose weight, eat better. So we're definitely in the market for that. Does anyone else want to share anything you're doing for January? No? Okay, don't be shy. But yes, definitely, if you're doing cooking shows, I'm doing New Year, New You cooking parties. And I actually picked the grilled chicken shawarma wrap. And that's uses the spiralizer, and it's a healthy recipe. So I always recommend going to Consultants Corner and looking up the station style recipes. They're already done for you. They're using mostly power tools. So there's really no reason to go out and just kind of create your own, or they're all there for a reason. And even I just go in there, it's all set up. I can print it out, ready to go. My shopping list is there, and it's easy peasy. So the fajitas is a great healthy one. Any of the spiralizer recipe, you can always add grilled chicken to it, or chicken cooked in the deep covered baker. And then if you want to, with a little bit of balance, I always end it with the lava cake. I don't care. It's all about balance. But yes, your virtual parties, definitely some healthy posts, easy, healthy recipes, snacks. And sometimes it doesn't even have to necessarily be Pampered Chef, but you could just say, hey, here are the top 10 to-go snacks. And maybe you found a post on a blog somewhere. I did just post, I believe today, the 7-day healthy challenge that you could do as a virtual party, or you could run for yourself. So I'm running one for myself, and I'm just giving away the free hostess rewards. So that's something you can definitely do to not just sell a product, but teach people how to use the product to make healthier choices. And it even has like a little workout you can add to it too. So, okay, so let's see, January. All right, so the one thing I wanted to talk about before we go into training and we talk about goal setting is I would like to, just inspire you guys to get out of your comfort zone. I just saw a quote yesterday that said, 2017 will be the same unless you're willing to step out of your comfort zone. So that kind of just thought that was very good. So, if you are happy with how your business is going, totally fine. If you want to maybe get a little bit more, whether it's more money, whether it's more team members, whether it's more shows, whether it's more products, whether it's more fun nights out, and have a fun time with your hostess and their friends, or whether it's earning the trip, right? So if you guys have not seen the new incentive trips yet, they are posted. So whether whatever it is that you're looking for, that more that you're looking for, we invite you to a Get the More You're Looking For call that I will be leading on Wednesday, so January 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, same time as now. And just jump on that and hear about, the different levels of Pampered Chef, directorship, what that could mean for you and your family. And just send me a message that you want the link, but I'll also be posting it, Wednesday throughout the day as well. So who on here is looking to get more out of their business from 2017? Let me see some hands. Yay, awesome. Lots and lots of hands. So yes, there's so much more that you can have. And so we're going to talk a little bit about goal setting. And I'm going to share my screen. And while I go ahead and share my screen, if you have not seen it on the local team meeting Facebook event, I posted 2 flyers that you could either open up or you can print them out later as well. So let me see. Okay, can you guys see this? SMART goals? Yes, okay. So we want to talk about SMART goals. So what are SMART goals, right? So I've posted this sheet. Can you guys see that? I posted the sheet on the team page. I don't know if you saw it. I'll read it off if you don't have it. So maybe if you have a notepad, you can write it down. So what are my goals? And these are just examples, and then you can add your own too. So one of them is pay off debt, remodel the house, monthly car payment, school tuition, family vacation, buy a new car, more time with family, or quitting my day job, coaching, volunteering, maybe getting braces or doing some dental work, the big gift you've been dreaming of, retirement fund, something personal just for you, maybe saving money for a wedding or honeymoon or a down payment on a house, or just extra money for, the monthly extra surprises that you want to do, college fund or a rainy day fund. I like that word. Or anything that, you might be interested in. And each year, many of us make New Year's resolutions only to discard them after a few weeks. So that's why today we're going to think about our goals and how to have successful outcomes. So not just wishes that don't come true. So, just real goals that we're going to work on achieving. So how are we going to do that? So first, I want you to think about why you started your Pampered Chef business. And I would like to ask a couple of you to just kind of share your initial reason of why you decided to join Pampered Chef. So just unmute yourself on the bottom left and share why, just real quick, why you decided to join Pampered Chef.
Okay. So I originally joined so that I could be a stay-at-home mom again, because I was one for 3 years in my children's lives.
Okay, did I hear half of it or was it just me?
I couldn't hear it.
Okay, so you joined because can you repeat it again? Because I think you cut off.
So I joined so that I could be a stay-at-home mom.
So you could be a stay-at-home mommy? Okay, got it. Awesome. Thanks, Elise. Who else? Why did you join Pampered Chef?
Because I love Pampered Chef so much. Make money doing what I love cooking with.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for sharing. Who else?
So sorry. Should I go? I joined because I homeschool my kids and I want to continue to do that and be that home mommy.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Robin. Who else?
At first, I started just to make a little bit of money, and now it's like I need the income. And I love the Pampered Chef, and most of my family does, and most of my friends. It's just now I gotta like get back into the rhythm of it again.
Now we have to make money, right?
Yeah, now I have to.
Okay. Who else? Carolyn, did you want to share?
Sure. I joined to earn money or to make extra money to save up for Disney for my daughter, and we're going in April.
Yay! And Pampered Chef made that happen?
Yes.
Awesome. That is very, very exciting for sure. All right, who else? Anyone else?
Hi, I just joined to have extra play money and not just to pay bills with all the money with the, I can't think. No, we're on a set income, so to have more extra money to be able to play and enjoy ourselves.
Play money is so much fun. Awesome. So what I want you to do is I want you to go over, and I'll read it again so you guys can circle it, but I want you to go look over this handout that I, posted, and I'll go over it again. And I want you to circle 3 to 5 things that are important goals for you. Okay. So whether they were part of your journey when you joined Pampered Chef or whether they changed, doesn't matter. Just 3 or 5 things that are or were important to you when you first started. So I'll go over them, and I'll go over them again, and you can check or circle or write them down. Pay off debt, remodel the house, monthly car payment, school tuition, family vacation, buy new car, more time with family, quit job, coaching or volunteering, orthodontia, hopefully I said that right, the big gift they've been dreaming of, retirement fund, something personal just for you, wedding or honeymoon or both, down payment on a house, the monthly extras, play money, right? Or surprises, college fund, rainy day fund, or write your own. And then if you're comfortable, I would like a couple of you to share what you circled. So this whole thing is going to be like a I'm not talking to myself thing, so I need your input. We're going to do an example in a little bit too. But so what did you guys circle? What's important to you?
Okay, I'll go first. I didn't really actually circle out anything because it's on my computer screen, but I wrote down quote unquote bills as student loans, a steady income, like a basic beginning of one again because I lost it, and retirement plans.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Else?
I've got beach fun because, like Lori knows, I love to go to the beach, to Myrtle Beach. And
Take me with you.
I had a blast last month. Rainy day fund and remodeling my house.
Okay, awesome. Who else? Elise?
I have 6 of them.
Elise got big goals. Let's go.
Well, I have 2 college funds for each of my children. Pay off debt, family vacation, a honeymoon since we never had one, a down payment on a home, and then retirement fund.
Well, let's just make Puerto Rico your honeymoon.
I'm hoping so.
There you go. One less thing to pay for.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Who else?
Well, I just rescued a dog who found me on my front lawn. So the extra expenses, monthly expenses would come in handy now. That was a surprise that I was not anticipating. Something personal just for me, remodel the house, and have money to buy a new car if mine should go kaput.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
So I'd like to share, because the something personal just for you is, I think, a big one. And after having experienced crossing the stage at conference with a tiara and a sash and being a princess for 2 days at conference, the something just for you is like a really big deal. Like how many times in our lives, like I'm 40 years old, how many times in my life do I get to be a princess, especially in this stage of the game when I'm a mom of a toddler? You know what I mean? So I feel like the something personal just for you is a really big deal. And I also have, like I circled, down payment for a house and family vacation, but I really feel like that something personal just for me is a big one.
Yeah, I love it. I love it too. It's one of my favorites in this job for sure. Anyone else? We have a couple of quiet people on here. Liz Whiff, how about you? We'll put you on the spot.
Debt is the big one. We're hoping to get everything except the house and car paid for this year. So
Okay.
and maybe we can add the car to that, but right now everything except those two is the big deal.
All right, let's go make it happen. Okay, so Toinette joined us. Hey, Toinette, welcome. So what we want to do is we want to turn, these goals that you're setting to yourself, we want to turn them into reality and make them our SMART goals. So SMART goals, can you guys see my screen? That's not, okay. So SMART goals are defined by specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay. And I always, you might have heard me say that already, but I always like to compare it to weight, right? So if you're like, hey, I'm going to, my goal this year is to lose 20 pounds. You got to think about how you're going to do that. Like, what are you going to change, right? Are you going to go to the gym daily? Are you going to drink more water? Are you going to cut out your chips? Those are little steps that you're going to take in order to achieve your big goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to work through an example of this together, because I really want to make sure you guys understand that. And we're going to use the example of buying a car. So what would make it more specific if we had a goal of buying a car? Like, how would we make that goal more specific? We're buying a car. What's more specific than buying a car?
A certain car, like a Corvette.
Right. So, what kind of car, right? What model? What year? Is the car new, or is it going to be used?
And how much?
Right. So what would make it more measurable? What would make it measurable?
Are you looking to make just a down payment and still have a monthly payment? Or do you want to be able to pay cash for the car?
Right. So you got to determine your cost, right? How much is that car going to cost me? And what would make it attainable? What would make it attainable? Are we going to put a large down payment on it because we're going to hold lots of shows? Or are we going to put a little payment on it because we're not going to hold enough shows?
Right? We're going to have enough shows to pay cash.
There you go. That's my girl. With a little suitcase, right?
Yeah.
I want to do that one day too. And what would make it a relevant goal? What would make it a relevant goal?
Putting a time frame on it.
What was that?
Putting a time frame on earning it.
Oh, that's the next one. So perhaps it is more reliable. It's going to save you money on gas, right? Why is it important to you? Is it now going to fit your 5 kids comfortably? Is it going to give your child a DVD player so they are quiet? Right? So why is it relevant to you? And then the next one is, what would make it time bound, right? So I want this I want this car in my garage by, June 1st, 2017, paid in full, right? So what we want to look at is what you could accomplish in 2017. So you want to always start with your current show schedule, right? So for example, if you're currently doing 2 shows a month and your show average is $450, that means your commission is going to be about $200 per month, right? And you can look at those numbers, if you don't know, on Consulting Connection, and you can look at your performance tracker or your prior year comparison to see your calculations as well. And if you need help with that, just call me. So if you're going to do 4 to 5 live shows per month, right, you could boost your earnings to over $500 per month. In only 10 months, you'll have over $5,000 toward your goal. And that's just the basics. So by breaking this goal down into bite-sized pieces, you're going to accomplish what you desire, right? So the big important thing here, just like losing weight or being healthier, is consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. It's not always going to be easy. Some days you don't want to go to the gym. Sometimes you want to stuff yourself with a, big piece of pizza or whatever. Sometimes you don't want to pick up the phone and ask and contact people or do customer care calls. Sometimes you feel like you're about, to be sick, but you have a show and you're going to give it your best. But the key and the most important tip I can give you is consistency. Right? If you want a regular income, if you want a consistent income, then you need to show up for work consistently. If you were to work a 9-to-5 job and someone telling you what to do, when to do it, we could do a lot if we would work paper tough 9 to 5 without interruptions and, So again, take that big goal and break it down into bite-sized pieces and look at your numbers. Look, how many shows have I done in the last 3 months on average? What were the sales on average? So if I keep doing that, how much is my monthly commission? If I add 1 or 2 shows a month, how will that change my income? If I add 3 to 4 shows a month, how is that going to, change my income and help me achieve my goal? So I really want you to think of that, and I want you to go through these SMART steps and the SMART goal that we just talked about, and then plan to accomplish the goal. So you can pick a partner, ask your husband or friend to help you walk you through this, or if you already know some people on our team and you'll be like, hey Allison, let's go do this together and make sure we get this right, or ask me or ask your director, and we can definitely help you do that. And I would love for you guys to share your goals, even if you just write them out, just like it's on the screen here, write your goal, and then underneath, what makes it specific, what makes it measurable, and take a picture of it and post it on our team page. Or if you don't want to put it there public, just share it with me or share it with your director so we know what you're looking to accomplish. Because just like, again, losing weight or whatever, you need that accountability. So any questions about setting goals, or is anyone struggling with that? No? Everyone ready to set some goals for 2017? Yay. And the other thing is, you want to not only set goals, but have some sort of tracker. So if like the incentive trip is one of your goals, then print out the incentive trip tracker on Consultant Connection. If, doing 8 shows a month is your goal, then, have a little whiteboard where you check things off. If adding 2 new team members a month is your goal, have some kind of tracking system and it doesn't even have to be a system. I just have a whiteboard, just to kind of have it black on white, how close I am, and, oh, I already achieved it, or, oh my God, I'm doing great, or, oh no, it's not going good. Let me call someone and ask for help. So Troy, you are next if you are ready. Troy's going to talk a little bit about a bad weather action plan. So depending on where you live, you might get slammed with some bad weather here in this month, probably. So we want to make sure you have a plan in mind for that. Troy, you ready?
Absolutely. So one of the things I think that's really different this year as opposed to years past is that we have, technology has become such a part of most people's everyday life. So we have several options. I feel like now, if there's black ice on the road, nobody can drive. Nobody's going anywhere. I know we've got people in the Midwest and on the call, and people from all over upstate New York where all that weather is pretty crazy. But one thing you can do is you can turn it into a virtual party. First of all, we know that virtual parties in general are weatherproof, and they're a great way to increase earnings and keep your calendar full during winter months. So one of the things you can do is pad your calendar with virtual parties. So if you are someone that wants to do, let's say, 4 cooking shows a month, I would say go ahead and pad your calendar with 4 virtual shows. The worst case scenario is that you submit 8 shows. Right? Oh, darn. Bigger paycheck, right? If the weather cooperates, bigger paycheck. Oh, darn. But really, one of the best things to do this year, and this is, a good time if you're not familiar with virtual parties, to start trying them out and to let your friends know, these are a new thing that you're offering. You're especially offering them, in the winter months so that people, because it's harder for people to travel or dealing with weather or whatever it is. And so you can, and if you need to, like if you have a show that's scheduled that you cannot get to because of weather, that means the guests can't get there too. And you can convert it to a Facebook party instead of canceling it. And the other thing you can do, again, with how technology is changing, is you can go live on Facebook. Because if you can't get there, obviously your host guests can't get there either. Or you could even hop on a Zoom like this, right? You can send out a link, invite everybody to join a Zoom, and you can prepare a recipe with your tools in your kitchen. So one of the things that I would definitely recommend is, because it's winter and because there may be inclement weather, make sure you have extra ingredients on hand to do a recipe. So for instance, if you're not someone that keeps cake and icing and soda in your house, you might want to keep that stuff on hand. You might want to keep, a couple of extra chicken breasts or something, and some extra onions and veggies or whatever, to be able to do a recipe real quick if you have to change up your format. And when you do this, if you're gonna hop on a Zoom or some kind of video conferencing room, whether it's Google Hangouts or whatever, you want to make sure that you go over with people how they can order online. You want to make sure that you kind of give them the details and walk them through it just the way you would if you were at a show. Make sure that they know what the specials are. And again, highlight a few key products. You want to make sure that you're marketing the guest special and the host special. And you could even do something, you could do like a drawing for everyone who places an order that night. you can do a drawing for, and you can let them know, that that's what you're doing so that you have that real-time interaction. And again, with Facebook Live, you can go on Facebook Live and do the same thing. Now, if a storm is passed and you can make it safely to your show, you can, obviously tell your host you'll be there and just ask her to invite neighbors to walk over for a fun night of food and fun. Like, you can host a follow-up with a guest who lives further away and invite them to place orders for the show online. So even if you sent a message out to the host, you can say, the show's a go, walk on this is for the host to send out to her guests, the show's a go, walk on over for food and fun with our Pampered Chef consultant, Troy, and her tote full of fabulous time-saving tools. So, if it's someone that's in walking distance, or it's someone that can have a few people that can walk over so that you're not, again, the whole black ice thing scares the living daylights out of me. Yeah. I see heads nodding. So I mean, these are just different options, but I think the other option you could do is you could even use a free, freeconferencecall.com is a conferencing app that you could also use to be able to do that. So you could, let your host know to send out a message, the weather's terrible, please stay safe at home, and then join my group or party line call, and we'll check out great products, and you can place your order right online. And then so that you could just send something like that out with the ordering link. And then the host can also collect online orders, right? So the same way we would have them collect outside orders if we were at their show. So I kind of feel like with technology now, we just have so many more options. Obviously, our guests aren't going to be able to cook the food and play with the tools themselves, and they're not going to be able to taste the food. But it doesn't mean that that the party has to be canceled. I mean, if you need to reschedule it, if that is the only thing that's going to work for your host, that's fine. You can absolutely do that. But if you do that, then what I would do is take that time to do a booking blitz. Because if you're stuck at home and your host's guests are stuck at home, most people are going to be stuck at home. So that's going to be a great time to reach people, to talk to them about hosting a show. So I kind of feel like inclement weather isn't something that has to get in the way of our business. It just gives us a new way to do our business other than we may have originally planned for that day.
Right. And something I do, we are in upstate New York, we get a lot of snow in January, February. So when I book my shows, I automatically pick a snow date with my host. Okay. So that way, so if a party's supposed to be tonight and it's snowing, we might already have a snow day for tomorrow. So it's not like, oh, we have to wait 2 weeks until or 3 weeks if she can fit in my calendar. So I'm kind of overbooking myself. I'm kind of not able to offer too many dates because I'm booking 2 dates for one party. But it just kind of is a safer way to do it that way as well. So that's another tip. Does anyone else have any other things to add?
Yeah, I was going to say, Facebook Live is just, well, I guess not just to add on to what Troy, but Facebook Live, you guys, if you haven't tried it yet, it's so easy. And, you can't do any worse than Mariah Carey at New Year's. And if you haven't seen it, Google it. But, even if your cupboards are bare, you could still get on live and pull out your top 10 tools, So even if you can't do a recipe, you can still get on there and, find something to share. But if your cupboards are that bare, you need to go grocery shopping.
Right. Or if you have a potato or an onion, you can use a spiralizer or a slicer or a chopper.
To make something, just, show them how it works.
You can do a lot with one potato.
Yeah.
Slice, chop, dice. Spiral.
Exactly. Yeah.
So everyone go and get some potatoes.
Or an
Awesome.
apple, you can do it too. So if you don't have
Right.
tomatoes, you can use an apple.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope you guys, I hope we and anyone else that's in Snowmageddon land doesn't get slammed. But, just some tips so you're not like, oh, well, I had 8 shows and 4 of them canceled because of snow. So that way you have a backup plan right away. And you can even talk to your host about a backup plan like that as well. Okay. So, so that's that for our bad weather action plan. And the last training we're going to talk about, I'm going to share my screen again. Right here is about your why and telling your story. So, it's one thing to set goals, but it's one thing to have a reason or why you're doing Pampered Chef, because there's going to be a time where you say, Claudia, I'm not achieving my goals. And, or, oh, I don't think this is going to happen, or, 5 hosts just canceled, or the snow just wiped out 2 of my shows. And there's going to be a time where things don't go as planned. And having that why, having that reason to push you through a tough time, having that, why to pull you out of bed to make you show up at work when you really don't want to, or you could care less, is a very, very important thing. So, just like I think it was Cassie that shared, she needs the income. When you need something and you don't have a choice, then you will do the work that needs to be done. So I posted this, tell your story. This is very, very great for virtual parties, or for cooking parties, or for your group page or your VIP page or your business page, for people to know who you are and why you join Pampered Chef. But this is just part of a smaller thing I would like you guys to do, and every year I always make a new one. It's just a little storyboard for yourself to share at parties or to hang in your office. So, you can just use like a piece of cardstock. You can use a regular blank poster or a piece of paper, and, even pull out some old magazines or catalogs, or, travel magazines, and just, have some arts and crafts stuff there, and maybe get together with a local consultant, or if you're, if you don't have anyone local, say, hey, let's hop on a Zoom or on a virtual call and Zoom or Skype and do it together. And, it's just a great visual for you to either have at home or to bring to parties, right? It's kind of like a scrapbooking page that you're bringing to parties and telling your story. Or you could take a picture of it and post it on your virtual parties, or maybe create a little video that you could post on your virtual parties as well. So, what you really want to think about when you do this is, think about what was your life like before Pampered Chef. Or maybe you just joined and you don't know how great, what you're missing. And what goals have you already accomplished? So maybe even if you just joined 30 days ago, maybe you achieved your goal of submitting your first party, or reaching 1250 in your first 30 days. What have you already accomplished? So, we all have a story of why we joined Pampered Chef and what goals we hope to achieve by being a business owner. So, create this board, create your board, and use magazines, catalogs, pictures, paychecks, whatever your reason is for starting Pampered Chef. That house that you just bought, or are going to put a down payment on, that car that you're wanting to buy, that, full-time job you're going to want to quit. So you can use this handout of tell your story to come up with that story that you have to share at every party, whether it's virtual, a fundraiser, a cooking show. You have to share your story, and you want to keep it to like 1 to 2 minutes. This is not a 15 minutes talk about myself type thing. This is just like a quick little infomercial. So, it goes over what was your situation like before joining Pampered Chef, right? What does your life look like? What are you looking to get from this business? What was a concern you had about joining, and how did you solve that? Because there's probably someone in that crowd having that same concern. Did anyone here have a concern before joining Pampered Chef? Elise, go ahead. What was it? Elise had a ton of concerns.
Oh, yeah. But my biggest one was doing virtual parties. And the very odd thing about it is I have still yet to have a home cooking party because nobody wants to book one up here. And so I feel like not being able to do a home cooking party has made me just jump into the virtual parties, and I absolutely love them.
There you go.
So it just kind of worked out for me.
Complete 180, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Anyone else had any concerns when they joined? Allison? No, can't hear you. Top left, bottom left. Unmute yourself. Bottom left. No? Let me see if I can do it. Allison. All right, Allison.
Thank you. My computer's broken and I can't see the bottom left of my screen.
Oh, okay.
So I can only see the top right portion.
All right.
My concern was just like the fine print. Like if you didn't want to do it, did you have to give the stuff back, or did you owe money, or that type of stuff? And then to be surprised that there isn't any. And I think I grilled you constantly for a while. I'm like, give me the data, give me the research. And you're like, I don't want to overwhelm you. And I'm like, I need to see it in writing. And then it was fine.
There's no paper chef police.
No, but you never know, because you hear the horror stories with the other companies and you owe money back. And so I just wanted to make sure that what I put up front was it, and that's all I had to do. So that I wasn't going to be in a money sucking pit myself.
Right. Awesome. Okay, good. Who else? Anyone else had any concern? You were all ready to jump on.
Getting in front of people.
Yeah. How's that going?
I have no cooking shows this month.
But you've had some cooking shows.
Yeah, I fumbled through them. They're okay.
It helps though. I was very scared of getting in front of people too. Anyone else had any concerns? No? Okay. So,
I was going to say, if anything, my main concern was like the money sucking thing, the being drained from the accounts, because like I wanted to be able to, I was nervous that I wouldn't make enough to replenish the accounts to help build me up more. And yeah, Mom had to help me with the beginnings of it, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
You can do a lot of things with just the starter kit and your knife.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of things. Yeah. So the other question is, how is your life better because of Pampered Chef? Or if you just joined, what are you looking to make better in your life? And what do you hope to accomplish in the next 1 to 3 years with your business? So I highly encourage you to fill this out and, put it on a notepad or take it like this to shows. And the more you use it, the more you say it, the more you share it, the more it'll become like second nature. And the more likely you are to keep this, not 10 minutes long. So this is a good introduction at parties right when you start right away. So I highly encourage you to do that. Send me a picture, send your director a picture, and know that you're sharing your story, because there might be someone in the crowd that's going through the same concerns or through, wants to achieve the same goals as you. So I really want to encourage you guys to commit to using your story, using a storyboard, creating a little picture frame with, your trip that you want to earn or anything you want to achieve, and sharing that at your parties and at our meetings. So please feel free to post pictures of it. I would love to see it. And I'm sure if you guys start posting some, people are going to post their story. Oh, I just heard a noise. Anyone else? No? Okay. So, and if you set some goals and you really work on this consistently, you can go from fun money to serious business income as well. So any questions about this part, creating your story and sharing this with everyone? You all good? Yeah. Okay. So Elise is going to talk about January and what's in store for our customers, for our hosts. Holy moly, it is not too late to add a lot of shows in January. It's one of the favorite months for people, for sure. Elise, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Okay, so I was originally going to have like the actual pictures of, or the papers that I had printed off, because I took Claudia's idea on, with my
Claudia,
host.
can you stop sharing your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
With my host packets, I usually do, each month I have 2 different colors that I have, one for the host special, one for the guest. But unfortunately, I had to come upstairs away from my kids. So I wrote them down. So for the host specials, it is double rewards. Plus, they get 60% off their choice of 3 healthy smart tools. And then the guest rewards or specials, you choose one of the 5 veggie prep tools for free with a $75 purchase, I believe it is. And the 5 items are the veggie peeler, the small micro cooker, the large micro cooker, veggie strip maker, and the vegetarian table cookbook, which I thought was awesome that they offer both the small and the large one. So, and then for new consultants, they get 2 free products, which are the veggie spiralizer and the professional shears, which is an $88.50 value. And that you get that when you sell $1,250 in commissionable sales in your first 30 days. So I don't know if anyone has any questions, I can answer those. I don't know.
So just real quick, the host special is double rewards when your party reaches $650 or more.
Yes.
So I highly encourage you to show your hosts the difference in numbers. Okay, we need to stop getting away from these $200-$300 parties and really go $500-$600 or above, because you're putting work in, you're leaving your house, you're spending some time online doing these virtual parties. The show average should be a lot higher, and by doing
Thank you.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, there's Troy right there. $650, right? So you show your host, and you always want to coach to $1,000 party. Whether you've never had one, I don't care. You coach to $1,000 parties, and be like, look, if we get to $1,000 party in January, I'm going to be able to give you $430 in free Pampered Chef. What would you do with that? That cookware set yet you want? Let's get it for free. Why not? 2 rock crocks? Sure, why not, right? But the other thing that you're going to notice is the veggie spiralizer is the host special and the new consultant offer, right? So I highly recommend that for January shows, virtual cooking, you bring out that spiralizer and you take a zucchini or you take a potato or you take an apple and you talk about it and you show it off. Your virtual parties, add some recipes that use the spiralizer, get people excited about the spiralizer. There's some great videos on YouTube. If you're not comfortable doing your own, that Pampered Chef has posted as well, and really, really talk up the spiralizer, because, do you want to pay $62 for it, or do you want to get it for $24.80, or how about we just get it free and you order a kit, right? The other bonus on the top are the salad choppers when your party has to be held and submitted between January 1st and January 10th. So it is not too late to book a party. It is not too late to book a virtual party, but the start date online has to be January 1st, and it has to close by midnight Central Time on January 10th. And do not wait until, almost midnight, and then a card declines, and then the salad choppers are gone, and you might have to cover them out of your pocket, to make your host happy. So it's a good tip to go live or, do a post or share a recipe or whatever and show off the salad choppers and just say, hey, why don't you just collect a couple orders and you can have them free. Right? So if you don't have the salad choppers, lots of great videos online as well. And the other important thing is the free-for-all. So in December, some of you earned new spring products, and we're going to keep earning more spring products in January. So there's 4 different levels. So when you sell $750, $1,500, $3,000, or $6,000, you're going to get a selection of the new spring products. And I got to see the new spring products in September, and they are, how do I put it? Amazing. Something you might not expect. Holy moly, off the charts. Very, very new, trendy stuff that you're gonna cry when you're like, oh man, I was so close. I should have booked 2 more parties and gotten it free, because you're gonna want it all in your kitchen. And I keep running out of room, so that's going to be interesting. But yes, very, very exciting things coming, and you do want to earn them, because then you'll have them. I think they ship mid-February, so you'll have them. You'll be one of the first people to have the new spring line that launches March 1st. So very, very exciting. 4 different levels: $750, $1,500, $3,000, and $6,000 commission sales. So set a goal now, and figure out which level you are going to earn for sure. Any questions about the January specials?
Yes. For the host, for the salad choppers, does it have to be submitted? Like, because I know a lot of you guys, there's only a couple of us that are direct ship. Does it have to actually be submitted, or is it, because all of our, as they purchase, it's going to go and the money's already going to be there?
I'm not direct ship. Troy maybe might know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the party has to be submitted by the 10th. The same way, because it doesn't count, even though those orders go through, the party doesn't count as a party until it's closed and submitted.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
Just to expand on that a little bit, for the double free, the party has to be submitted by February 15th for direct ship as well. So you can't hold it over until the end of February trying to get that last whatever. Because then at that point, then they just get the February.
Right. So
special.
This is actually a good tip. So if you don't know, so if you have a January special, you can submit that party as long as the start date is January until the 15th of the following month. So if you were doing a party on January 20th and they're like, oh, I really wish I could have gotten on the double free, you can, even if they hold a cooking show on February 2nd, you can just put their start date in online as January 31st and then close their party before February 15th, and they can still use double free, because trust me, they love double free. If you can give someone $200, $300, $400 in free Pampered Chef, that's a lot of stuff.
You get very happy hosts.
Very, very happy. And if you've been around for a year and you've had double free months before, contact your host that had double free last time. So, all right, it is time for some recognition. Miss Lori Bedwell, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Let me see. I always have so many screens open. I don't know which one to share. Do you see my screen?
Yay.
Okay. All right. Yay. Okay, so I'm just going to do the top 10, actually the top 11. I'll start with Allison since she's here. And this was sales for December, and consultants, team leaders, and senior consultants. And don't mind my little bit of stuffed nose. I'm getting over being sick. So Allison came in at $1,209. Bree Ford came in at $1,262. Adrian came in at $1,269. Tanette came in at $1,527. Awesome. Great job. Brittany came in at $1,640. Tanya came in at $1,698. Andrea, $1,937. Darla, $2,010. Lisa Prowell, $2,370. Gina, $2,410. And Nicole, $2,501. Woo!
Oh, congratulations, consultant.
Good ones. Yes. All right. So the next one are directors. And we'll start with
else, guys.
I know. Bree Brown, $2,346. We have Karen Parham with $4,058. I came in at $5,086.
$5,000. That's awesome.
Casey with $7,007. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And top was none other than Troy Newcomb at $7,168.54. Holy cow.
Number one. What did you do, Troy? What did you do? Tell us. That's a lot of spatulas.
So I'm going to tell you a secret. One of the benefits to being a director is that when you sell $1,250 in a month, when people do a search for a Pampered Chef consultant in their area, you pop up.
When you're a director, right?
When you're a director with at least $1,250 in sales. And one of the things that's really important is that you have a picture on your website, because I will tell you, I've had people that tell me that they chose me because they thought I had a fun picture. But guys, I had over $3,000 in outside orders from people that don't even want me to know who they are. Like, I can't even follow up with them. I can't even send them a thank you note. I have no way of connecting with them to make sure that they like what they want or to be able to provide customer service. But that is just from people who have gone on the website looking for a consultant. So in case anyone's thinking about becoming a director, that's just one of the many perks.
Yes. I got tons of outside orders too. And I know last year at Christmas time, it was $2,000 worth of orders. I don't even know what it was this year, but yeah, that is one of the huge, huge, huge perks of being a director. And that was my goal this whole year, was like, qualify as a director and hit $1,250. That was like my minimum, because I was like, those home office leads, especially where I'm at, are invaluable. All right, so we will go to the next one, and that is, I keep going to my Facebook. Oh, did I? Oh, no, I did do it right. Okay, recruiting, and this is for consultants, senior consultants, and team leaders. And Allison Chansey, she had one. Tanya, Darla, Elise, and Allison, they also had one. Yay. And Robin had 2 recruits. Woo! Yay!
Yay, Robin!
Good job.
Watch out for these future directors in the making.
Yes. All right. And then for directors, we had Brianne Brown, Terry Stratton, and Casey all with one. We had the rock star herself, Karen Parham, with 2. And then, of course, our other rock star, Troy, no big surprise, having 4 consultants that she recruited in December, which is crazy, which means she's going to get another little piece of paper that Jean Jonas signs, and she gets to be in the top of the company, which I got to do that last month, and that was really awesome. And I got my paper just a couple of days ago, and that was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I get to put it, frame it or something.
Yeah, if you recruit more than 4 or more, you get a letter, a certificate from Jean Jonas that you're a top recruiter in the entire Pampered Chef company. So make that your goal. That is pretty awesome. Robin is a fairly new consultant, and she was top consultant recruiter. Robin, what did you do to get 2 people? And I think you've got some more lined up. What are you doing that's working?
Not really sure. It's just kind of showcasing that if they're interested in the rock crack or the grill pan, that those are in the kit, and it's really worth the value to do it that way. You get more for your money.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Robin, who are you talking to about that though? Are you just talking to anybody, or are there any specific group of people that you're talking to?
Well, anybody that shows the interest in those items. I mean, because they're already spending, $120 if they want to get the rock crack. And well, duh, look at how much more you could get if you just bought that. And so,
sure. And I'm kind of pointing towards, I know that two.
You're pointing towards something, but I'm not.
I know that's okay. No, but I know that two of your three consultants that you recruited were hosts, right?
Yep.
So then are you talking to all of your hosts about the opportunity?
Yep.
Okay. I think that's important to point out, because our hosts really are our strongest recruit leads.
Who on here hosted a party before they joined?
Yeah.
Look at those hands. That should tell you something. Ask every single host more than once, multiple times. Okay, and I'll go more into that in a second. Thank you for sharing, Robin. And was that it, Lori?
Did you? Well, I don't have it, but I think I know who all earned the trip.
Yeah, so we got a big celebration.
Yes. Let's see. We have Troy, who I'm sure I'm doing it backwards because I know you had the most points because you almost earned the Puerto Rico trip. So I mean,
Mexico.
You totally.
Mexico. I'm going to earn the Puerto Rico trip.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm earning the Puerto Rico one too, but yeah, I'm already focused on 2017. But she almost earned the Mexico trip. She totally could have done it. But she's awesome. So Troy, we've got me and Troy and Brianne Brown and Karen and Terry, I think, right? From our team. Yeah, the 5 of us. Yeah.
5 plus me. We're going to cruise. So
I know.
that is very, very exciting. And I will tell you, I want to give out a shout out to Karen Parham, who earned it on December 31st, which was the cutoff at 6 p.m. So
I kept messaging her and I'm like, where are you at? Where are you at? And then all of a sudden on the 31st, I saw this post that says something fell through and I've got 500 more to go. And I'm like, what? My husband was even asking me, where's she at? Where's she at? I'm like, we were all getting into it. And yeah,
and
so
that's what it's like when, you share your goals with someone or a lot of us, and you don't keep it to yourself, because we will pull you out of that hole or that funk or whatever. So if you have not looked at the incentive trips, I will tell you that if you do 8 shows a month consistently, you can go to Florida next year, or you can go to Puerto Rico, and you can earn a trip of a lifetime. It is, I don't care where they would send me, it doesn't matter. They could send me to New York City, which is 5 hours from here. It doesn't matter. It's just a trip that I don't have to take care of, and everything's covered. So if you are interested in earning a trip, make sure you schedule a call with your director so we can help you break down the numbers. It is definitely not something that's kind of just going to happen. It takes a lot of tracking and consistency, but it's not something that takes your whole time. Just to show you, Terry Strutton, who earned a trip, she just popped out a baby a couple months ago, has 2 little kids. Troy Newcomb moved twice, and earned a trip.
For me, I wasn't even tracking the trip most of the year. I thought, I had fallen off some of the scales, because we get monthly where we're at in the points. And I thought, oh, there's no way I'm going to earn it. But I really didn't start trying. I mean, my main goal at the beginning of the year was to at least do the 1250 so that I could get the home office leads. And then it wasn't until I think August that I really was like, oh, hey, I can actually do this. And that was, so basically I spent the first half of the year not doing much, and the second half of the year busting my butt to make sure that I could get the trip. So, I mean, if I were as focused at the beginning of the year, which I will be this year, I could have been going to Mexico also. So, but it just takes the tracking and following up on it, and then believing that you can do it. I mean, sometimes the numbers look huge and you're like, there's just no way, but you can really do it. And recruiting and getting those recruits qualified, that can do it right there for you, and sales, obviously.
Right. And you guys, we're all starting together. We're all in probably have almost about the same amount of points right now, which is 0 to maybe a couple hundred or whatever. We start earning points January 1st until December 31st. So we are all equal. We're all doing the same thing. We're all doing shows. And I do highly recommend, if you want a trip, to kind of, buffer a little bit at the beginning of the year. So when life happens, because life will happen, then you don't have to play catch up. And, another one is Breanne Brown. We did the same call type of thing last year. And, she went home with her little tracker, put it on her fridge. And every month those points were, getting scratched off. And you share that with your husband, share that with your significant other, your family, your best friend, your consultant buddy, your director, whatever. And just be like, share that picture and put it somewhere where you can see it and track it. And
Claudia, you're the only one of any of us that have actually been on a Pampered Chef trip before. Can you just talk for a minute about why someone would want to go on a Pampered Chef trip, because someone might hear the destinations and feel like, oh, I don't know if that's really for me. But why is it special to earn it from Pampered Chef?
Good question. So I think this is my third or fourth trip. My first one was San Diego, which is, it's San Diego. I mean, it's not like Bahamas, but it's San Diego. But, it is very special because you don't have to take care of anything. So you get an email, you tell them where you want to fly out of. You don't have to search flights and be like, oh, I'm not flying out of this one. I'm flying 4 hours away because it's $200 cheaper. They'll fly you out of wherever you want. They'll pick the hotel for you. There's always some 1 or 2 fancy dinners or some kind of group event. Breakfast is covered, and it's just very, very exciting. And it's something I would never spend the money on myself, probably, because there would be 100 million other reasons of where that money should go. And just so you do know, if you're looking at the dates and you're like, oh, this date, I can't go on that trip, right? Because the dates are set. You can take a gift card. Now, the gift card is not equally as much as the trip, but at least it's something to help you with that. But the other thing is, if you're taking your spouse, your husband, your significant other, they will be very, very proud of you when you take them on a trip like that. And you guys can see it, but I'm just getting goosebumps talking about it. And, they are going to tell you, even if they never said they love Pampered Chef before, they love it then. And once you're on a trip, they'll support you always. And they will ask when the next trip is, because it's just a free trip. I mean, seriously, if you really do just show up for work and do 2 parties a week, you can earn a trip. They're not asking you to sell $1 million. It's really not that hard as long as you track it. But it's just fabulous. Every 5 years is Disneyland, so you can take your kids if you want. It's always a trip for 2, and you can buy in your children if you want to bring them. Some people do, I don't. But and it's just very, very fun. And once you bring in team members and they earn their first trip. So this will be my first time having 5 of our team members on a trip, and I'm so excited. I can't even wait to see their faces and to feel that excitement. And maybe this year we can do some videos and share them with you so you guys can feel that energy and help motivate you to earn a trip, because believe me when I tell you that every single one of you can earn a trip. I didn't believe myself the first couple years of business. I never tracked it. I always thought just a $1 million seller could earn a trip, but it's really not like that. And if you want help breaking it down into smaller pieces, we can do that for you, because just looking at that big points number that you need to earn can be a little scary. But when you actually break it down, it's really not that bad. 8 shows a month can earn you anything you want in this business. Does that cover that, Troy? Good? Okay. All right. So we're nearing our end. A couple things I just wanted to cover. If you have not seen it, we are partnering up with our Senior Executive Director, Donna Landy, who is who is my upline, your guys' upline as well, who actually recruited me. But we set up a training calendar for our whole entire organization for the next 6 months. And the training calendar is posted on our organizational page on the pinned post. That is the training calendar where you will find training on recruiting. You will find training if you're a new consultant or bringing in new consultants. You will find training on bookings, how to get bookings, and you will also have some virtual trainings and stuff like that. But they're very regularly, so it's like the first Monday or the second Tuesday. So if I highly recommend at the beginning of the month, like right now, to look at the calendar and highlight the training that is important to you. Now, you don't have to attend all of it, right? If you right now maybe don't want to recruit or whatever, don't do that. If you need bookings, take the booking training. So there's 4 different groups set up for you consultants. It's up to you if you want to join. One is called Training for New Consultants if you're in your first 30 to 90 days, or if you're bringing in new consultants, you can add them to that. One is called Training on Recruiting, where every month there'll be, how to recruit and maybe some live videos and tips from top recruiters and so on. There'll be, there's a group for Training on Bookings, where every month, I believe it's the first Sunday of the month normally, is a booking blitz where you get together with your peers and you look up how you can contact people, what you can say. And then this is another very good one, is our work from home Pampered Chef group. So if you have any potentials that have expressed interest in joining Pampered Chef, you ask them for permission first. You say, hey, can I add you to this group so you can look up, some more information. And once a month, there'll be a virtual opportunity event posted right in the group. And the reason you want to add people and ask them for permission right away to be added is so, maybe we ran one this month and they didn't join and you forgot about them. And 3 months later, they're still in this group and they're like, oh, circumstances have changed. I saw this pop up. I'm ready to join. So you're creating this pool of recruit leads in one group. So I just highly recommend you guys let your director know what training you're looking for, where you need help, so we can help you with that. And our next virtual meeting is February 6th. So they're always every first Monday of the month. You can write them on your calendar for the next 12 months. Every first Monday of the month, 9 p.m. Eastern time, same link. Put it in your calendar. If you can be free, I highly, highly recommend you jump on and get the more you're looking for call. If you're just even a little bit interested in finding out how you can make more money in this business, just January 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern time on a Zoom link, I'll be posting. So definitely let me know if you need that link. And it is 2017, so conference is coming up. It is in August. It's August 2nd through the 4th, 2nd through the 5th, something like that. National conference in Chicago. You want to put that on your calendar now. See if you can make it happen. It's so much fun. It is awesome. It is, you get to hang out with your buddies that you see on Zoom, and sometimes you're like, oh, I know this lady, but you never even met her, but it's awesome. And, you get to have some time away and some fun time. You get to be recognized. And so set that aside. Put that on your calendar. If you're considering to go, definitely let me know, or your director, so we can kind of give you some more details, money and how much it's going to cost and stuff like that. But I highly, highly recommend you guys come because it's super, super fun. Does anyone already know that they want to go to conference in Chicago in August? Yay, awesome. I hope to see more hands soon. Yay. So that is very, very fun. So save the date for that. And Troy's going to start putting the names in for the raffles. And I'm going to, open it up for questions. We're about 10:30, so 90 minutes. Does anyone have any other questions? Any concerns? Any wahoos? Any, oh my God, I tried something, it was awesome, I stepped out of my comfort zone, or yes, I want more in 2017? Any questions or anything like that?
I've got one.
Yes.
I'm trying to do, I think, 5 virtual parties at one time, and since I'm new, it's kind of overwhelming. Plus, right. I have a catalog party going on, and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and going to do a cooking show this month.
Oh, good.
One for next month. But how many posts are too many posts when you're setting up the virtual party? Because mine have ranged like from.
You know, there is no right or wrong way. So I will tell you, there's people doing 1 hour virtual parties. There's people doing 5-day, 10-day, 14 days. There's people posting 5 times a day. There's people posting 15 times a day. You know, just test things out. Find your groove, find what works for you. And when you're testing things out, you know, do analyze it. So be like, okay, so this month, January, I'm going to do all my parties with 10 posts a day. You know, how were my results? Next month, you know, maybe let me up it or let me, you know, change a couple things up. So you really got to find what works for you. We do have some templates, some examples that we can send you. But yeah, you just got to try it out and see what you're comfortable with.
We've gotten some from Lori, but another issue I've run into, since some of mine are friends, they might see the same game, so I've had to go in there and try and come up with new games so they don't all have the answers.
There's a virtual party group, and what I do is every month I go into my template and I just switch out the games. I just, in fact, if you want, I can send you my January template. It's no big deal, and show you, because I switched out all the gift ones, except for one. I forgot the Batter Bowl one, but I'm like, whatever. I switched out recipes. I mean, you can't just set it and forget it and never go back to it. You need to change it out every month. But, and then if you're doing somebody else, then you can kind of, switch it out. But what I always do is I just take the template, I copy it, and then I rename it, and then I just go through and make whatever changes I need to. That way I still have the old one for reference.
Well, you've been a good director, because I even went so far as to, 2 of mine are cooking with kids. So most of the products I've been featuring and the videos have on there are about cooking with kids, making memories. If anybody walked in my office when I'm doing this, I've got one of your old parties on my phone, one of your old parties on my tablet, try and compare, okay, where is she doing this and this? And I'm getting there.
Yeah, you are. You're doing great.
Remember to keep it simple. You want to keep it simple because you want your job to be able to be duplicatable as well. So sometimes some people comment, and my past host attends the exact same party she had, but you know what? It shows her that my job is just as easy as doing the same thing consistently over and over. So, just keep it simple. Anything else, Christy?
So maybe I'm the only one, but I do the trainings and I get all these cool tips and tricks, and then I have 100 pieces of paper with tips and tricks, and then I need to get organized for 2017. Okay, any ideas how to keep all this stuff together so I can know where to find it again? I don't know, it's bad.
Are you talking about just general or just virtual?
Yeah, no, not necessarily with parties, but we do all this training. I have all these papers with all these chicken scratch everywhere, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. And then I don't have that information because it's not organized. Maybe that's just me.
No, it's not just you. There is a lot of information. So different things, right? A calendar, right? Allison is showing her calendar, I think. And she's got some notes. Is that what Allison, do you want to share? Oh, I got to unmute you. Okay, hold on. Allison. Okay, Allison.
So I just have a Pampered Chef notebook. So instead of having a ton of papers everywhere, so it's not necessarily end all being organized, but I just put all my notes in one spot. And that way when I come to these trainings or I'm on them, I just write in this notebook, and that's all this notebook is. So I don't know if that would help, just designate one specific thing. And then I have one for just parties where I do all my party notes and stuff in. And so I have 8 notebooks, and they're all colored. So I'll be screaming, where's my blue notebook? And everyone knows that I have that going on at that moment then. So I don't know if that... Okay. What's that, Claudia?
8 notebooks. That's a lot of notebooks. But hey, that's totally fine. But the other thing I was going to suggest is either something like, if you're more of a virtual person, Evernote, look into Evernote, or a Google Drive, and you can create folders like online. So if you ask me, hey, what's the training on virtual parties? Boom, here's the link to that. Or a Google Calendar where you like write little notes in there as you're doing things for yourself. So either a virtual system or a binder, right? Even if you just get a binder and put little tabs in virtual parties, cooking shows, and print those things out, but stuff them in there. But I love Evernote. I love Google Drive, Google Docs, all that stuff. So I do recommend, if you are already overwhelmed and your desk looks like, it kind of went off, to just really, what I do once a year is I take everything out and then I'll look through what goes back in. Have I used this in the last year? Can I scan it and put it in a digital file or take a picture of it or something? Because it can get, stressful if you're like, you don't even want to walk into your office. So, out with the old, in with the new. So, all right. Any other questions? Ready to rock 2017? Let's break some records. Very, very exciting. All right, Troy, do you have your wheel, or however you're going to draw 2 winners, and I'll mail you guys some a surprise. I love this wheel. This is so fun.
Okay, so this is called Wheel Decide. It's free. It's wheeldecide.com, and I put everybody's name except Claudia and myself in here, and and here we go. So hang on. So I just click on the wheel.
So cute. This is cute. I love it.
Tiffany.
Yay!
Yay! She's been quiet, but she's been here. Okay, and did you say 2?
Yes.
Okay, one more.
Come on, Robin.
Oh, hey, Nancy.
Nancy,
wow. I was looking the wrong spot.
Yay, thank you.
Woo-hoo.
Thank
so,
you.
I'm going to